have an example of an activity. This is probably the real main difference. Another difference is using how long, because the present perfect continuous usually emphasizes length. We want to focus more on length, but with the present perfect simple, you can talk about how many times you've done this thing. If you've traveled twice, you can say, I've been to Italy twice. So you can tell us how many times you've done this. So this was probably the main difference. Did we do exercise 6?
6, no.
No? All right, okay. So maybe here Noha can help you if you need any help. So here we just want to choose. You need to choose 2 things. You need to choose whether to use present perfect continuous or present perfect simple. Sometimes you need to choose for or since, depending on which one is correct in the example. So number 1 here, I've been working here for or since 6 months. Of course, the correct answer is for 6 months, okay? Number 2, how long? What do you think this is?
Have been you traveling?
Okay, correct. It's traveling. Yeah. Have you been traveling? How long have you been traveling? So it's continuous. You're right about this. How long have you been traveling? Number 3, sorry. Can you do it, Brian? Scott?
Writes his book. Wrote his books.
Number 3 is hard to be definite about it.
Yeah, past perfect simple.
Okay.
Yeah, it's perfect simple, but when you look at the word books, so sort of weird to say Scott has been writing books. Yeah, maybe it's continuous.
That's correct. Both actually, in some examples, both work. I don't know if you've checked the little summary at the end of the book about the differences. In many examples, you can say, I've been living in Libya since 2000, or I've lived in Libya since 2000. Both are accepted. Maybe there's a very small minor difference in meaning. When you say I've been living, you're trying to make the listener focus on the length. That this is I've been doing this for a long time. You're trying to emphasize length. But if you say I've lived in Libya or I've worked in Libya, maybe you're emphasizing the action more, the activity more than the length. Working, living, staying, right? But it's still it's not a big difference. You can use both. In this example, this means we use both. You can say Scott has been writing books, like you said, since 2006. This is fine. Or Scott has written books since 2006. Maybe in this situation, maybe continuous is a little better. I think maybe continuous is better because if you check number 4, 4 is a lot better with the simple. Try to do it with the simple. Ibrahim, can you do number 4? You'll need the simple here. So he
writes.
What's the past participle of write?
You give us Okay,
what's the past of write?
Wrote.
Okay, and the past participle? Write, wrote?
Right.
Written. Written, right? So how would you put it in the present perfect simple? So, okay.
You've written 5 books so far.
Again?
You have been written 5 books so far.
Okay, you forgot something.
He has.
Yes.
You have to use Ibrahim.
You have to. Because if you're using the perfect tense, you have to use has or have. You cannot make a perfect tense without have or has. It's part of the, it's part of the form. Remember when we talked about the form here on the left side? Can you see the left side of the page?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Ibrahim, I think my advice is, do you have the book in front of you?
Yeah. أنا كنت غير كاتبة في شو اسمه نوت، لكن النوت هرب مني.
My advice to you, Ibrahim, if you can, it will be better to buy a hard copy.
He did this, I think.
For you.
Yeah, he has a hard copy. You bought a book, right, Ibrahim?
نعم.
You have a book with you, right? The hard copy paper book.
عندي PDF شو اسمه English Grammar News، لكن face to face لا.
I see. Okay, no problem. Maybe you can get one. Okay, never mind. But the idea is here, if you check, can you see where my mouse is now on the left side?
داير split screen حاليا PDF والزوم.
Is that a good idea?
نقرأ الPDF معك.
لا قصدي give me just a minute please Mr. قصدي أنا توا الكتاب يا إبراهيم شريته باهي مع أن عندي حتى أنا الPDF وكذا، لكن الكتاب شنو الميزة؟ يساعدك إن أنت يخليها مش مملة القراية، بالذات في الجرامر present simple present perfect simple وcontinuous راهو شوية complicated وما زال وما يعطوش فيه بطريقة، يعطوا فيه توا بطريقة أن كيف تستعملهم الجرامر مع بعضهم مش زي المستويات اللي قبل. فلما أنت الكتاب تمشي ترجع للباك متاعها، يعني تشوف في الخلف تلقى الجية الجرامر دايرين in details، بالذات حتى في بعض الاستعمالات متاعها هو in general يعني للجرامر كلهم وكيف تكونه وكيف هيك يبدأ أسهل لك إن أنت تراجع منه من القراية على الPDF.
That's true, yes. صح.
فعلى الأقل يعني أنت ممكن ما نعرفش هو بسعره ممكن 40 دينار، لو ما تبيش تشتري الورك بوك فيكون سعره ممكن 45 دينار، توفر على روحك هذا التعب وترجع له في أي وقت، حتى بغض النظر حتى المستويات المتقدمة ترجع له، يعني أنت كسبته في كل الأحوال. مش حيكون ما همش الكتب في المستويات هذه مش مجرد أن أنت مجرد ما تكمله خلاص يعني تحس أنه هو ولا يوزلس. هذه هي يعني نصيحتي لك، اشتري أحسن لك، يعني يوفر عليك هلبة في الجرامر وتنتقل بالمستوى متاعك يعني هلبة، بدأت في مستوانا احنا يعني.
وحتى قبل ما دام ما زال ما شريتهاش، اعتقد هذه بتاع سبليت سكرين هذه I advise you against it، تلخبط في روحك، لان انا نبدا في جهه وانت عيونك في جهه. فكره الشير سكرين اللي ندير فيها انك انت عيونك معاي، عرفت ابراهيم؟ لما انت فاتح PDF في جهه ثانيه انت خلاص انت هربت بتهرب، عرفت كيف؟ يعني مسد هي الحكايه دقيقه ويلخبط، ومره بن ومره بش نسمع هاس ومره هاف، وانت تشوف في جهه في الكتاب وانا نأشر في جهه ثانيه، عرفت؟ هذا ليش صاير لاج؟ اني ندوي في جهه انت ما زال مش معي.
لو انه هو يسحبه، حتى لو كان مثلا ما بيش يشتريه يسحبه، لكن ممكن لو تشتريه هو اوفر من السحب يعني.
لا هو الهارد كوبي اكيد احسن، هارد كوبي لا شك
احسن
يسهل
السحب ولا يعني مكلف نوعا ما.
لكن مبدئيا حتى ولو ابراهيم ما دام يعني حتى في اليوم جرب نحاها سبليت سكرين وسكر الPDF، خليك معايا هنا في الشاشه بس. انت تو من الفون ولا من الكمبيوتر انت فاتح تو؟
لا الفون ظهر
خلاص نحاها سبليت سكرين، فوتها تفتحهاش.
تمام.
وجرب بالزوم بس، ولما ندي مثلا زوم اوت انت تقدر تدير زوم من عندك في الشاشه. فهمت فكرتي؟ لانك هيك بالطريقه هذه يعني عندي اغلب الطلبه اللي يقفوا مستويات ثانيه فيش حد عنده حتى PDF يعني، وفي ما عندهاش لا PDF لا كتاب، عرفت؟ هو الكتاب هذا اكسترا باش يقعد لك انت ريفرنس بعدين وتقعد تجي روحك بعدين كويس ممتاز زي ما قلت لك. لكن حتى لو انت ما عندكش الكتاب هذا، انه هو المفروض الشير سكرين هذه هي تكفيك، اما تفتحش معاها اي شيء ثاني. عرفت فكرتي؟ انك حتخش بعدها حتتلخبط، حتصعب على روحك. Okay, Brian. So we are here in number 3. Okay, so we are doing number 3. So the difference between number 3 and 4. For number 3, it's better to use the continuous. because you can say, because it sounds like an activity, more like an activity than a state.
Yeah, more like before the word books.
Yeah, here, because if you say Scott has been writing books for since 2006, and in number 4 you can say he has written 5 books so far. So this is the state. So until now 5, maybe in the future more, but until now he's done 5. Okay, so number 5, they, and here we have a negative. Noha, go ahead. You can try this one, number 5.
They haven't played golf since long.
Can you try again?
They haven't played golf since long. Why should I use 4?
Because you have 4 or you have since. And here I think it's more of an expression for long. But what do you think? Should we use the present perfect continuous or should we use the present perfect simple in this example? You think it's better to say they haven't been playing golf for long, or they've played golf for long, or since long? What do you think?
They haven't played because
state.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a state.
What about the verb itself? What about the verb? Do you think the verb is better for short actions or long actions, the verb play? How do you feel about it? By the way, if you make a mistake here, it doesn't matter because we're going to do the listening and we can check, so I don't want you to worry. But if you remember the summary, remember in the back, because I'm sure you checked this, Noha, and also I did it with Ibrahim. Remember, Ibrahim, in the back, in the summary, when we were checking about the differences between when you should use the continuous and when you should use the simple, we agreed that one of the rules said, if you feel the verb is more suitable for longer activities like rain, try, play, these kind of activities, it usually is better to use the continuous for these verbs. But if you have a one-time verb like start, finish, what other verbs? Things like this where you can't say starting or finishing, right? It's a one-time action. In this situation, it could be better if you're using the present perfect simple.
Okay, they haven't been playing.
This is probably better if we're going to follow the rules now. We're not sure, but following the rules, we're just sticking to the rules now and seeing. So maybe you're right. They haven't been playing. And then we have since long and for long. What do you think is, which one feels, maybe Ibrahim has an opinion. What do you think, Ibrahim? Which one do you feel more comfortable with? For long. And Noha, what do you think?
A long time.
Since long.
Since long.
Don't ask why. I don't know why.
Okay. We'll check it in the listening, so don't worry about this one. Okay, now your turn, Ibrahim. Number 6.
How long have he had the car?
Okay, for he, what do we use? Do we use have or has? Because the subject also, the subject that you have in the example.
Singular.
Yeah, and this decides whether to use has or have. Remember, the 4 cousins, I, you, we, they, always use have. And then you have the weird family, he, she, it, which are always a little weird and different. They use has. So you should say, how long
has he had that car?
Has he had that car? So in this situation, you use the present perfect simple. I'm not going to tell you right or wrong, but what do you think?
How long? Always with present perfect continuous. So how long has he been having that car?
Okay, but correct. You made the point that how long is usually better for the present perfect continuous. But what about the verb have? What do you think? Is it one of the verbs which is suitable for?
I think it's.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's for one-time action, or I don't know, but
yeah, it feels like a short verb, right? Even though the thing is long.
The lesson is emphasized on
length.
On using how long with present perfect continuous. So
correct, you're right. Yes, even in the rules on the left, this is what it said.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll see about this one. Okay, number 7. What do you think now?
I've known Zach since we were kids.
Okay, and number 8. What do you think, Brian?
Number 7 شنو؟
Can you repeat number 7, please, Noah?
I've known Zach since we were kids.
I've known. So she used the past participle of know. Know, knew, known. Of course, here, Brahim, you really need to memorize the past participle list. At least for the common verbs. You don't have to do it for the rare verbs, but the common ones like write, wrote, written, speak, spoke, spoken, catch, caught, caught, bring, brought, brought, buy, bought, bought, was, but, put. Yeah. What other common example? Eat, ate, eaten, drink, drank, drunk, cut. You know, the common ones. You need to memorize those. There's no other way around this, because if you don't know which one to use, you're in some trouble. Okay, so you need to memorize these. I think they have them in the book very, very quickly. Let me check. I know they have them in the 26. I know they have them in the pre-intermediate book.
175.
They should have them here too in the pre-intermediate book. I checked them. 175. You said no.
We have them. Yeah, 175.
Yeah, exactly. Can you see them?
Yeah, 175.
Yeah. I'm not saying you need to memorize all of them. This is not primary school, but still you need to be familiar. This is my point. For example, blow, blew, blown, not important, right? It's not a common verb. Cost. Again, not a very common. Feed, to feed an animal, for example. Feed, fed. Not important. You need to use shoot, shot, shake, shook, shaken. Also not very important. But the ones I named, like verb to be, was, were, been, become, became, become, come, came, come, right? So you need to make a decision yourself. Which one do you think is a common verb? And teach, taught, common, write, wrote, written, leave, left, know, knew, known, drive, drove, driven, ride, rode, ridden. You know, can, could, what is it? Been able, common one. How to use can in the past, in the present participle, in the past participle. Anyway, so take a look at these later, but you need to at least revise them. I'm sure you know most of them. A little revision will help you remember them. Okay.
Number 8.
Yeah, go ahead for number 8. What do you think?
We have been waiting for 2 hours.
Okay. That's correct. I think that's correct. We've been waiting for 2 hours. Now, let's confirm. Let's go to the audio and let's see your answers. Okay, where are we? Intermediate audio. Here it is. Okay, which track do we need? We need, what is it? Track 24. Okay, let's go to track 24.
Track 24.
I've been working here for 6 months. How long have you been travelling? Scott's been writing books since 2006. He's written 5 books so far. They haven't been playing golf for long.
Mm-hmm.
How long has he had that car? I've known Zach since we were kids. We've been waiting for 2 hours.
All right. So we have 2 surprises, right?
Yeah.
Number 6 and number 5 are a bit surprising. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So number 6, how long has he had? Because what Noah said is absolutely correct. When you said that how long is usually used for the continuous. And this is exactly what they told us in the rule. Do you see? How long is for the present perfect continuous. But then because I was a little skeptical because of the verb have, I know have is having is a little weird. This is what I thought. So so this is a bit of an irregular case maybe. And number 7 actually it's not number 7. Number 5. Number 5 it's not very irregular, but it has a specific meaning. When you say let's say for example I meet Ibrahim and I say, "Wow, Ibrahim, your English is very good," but then he says, "But I haven't been learning for long." Do you get the idea? What do you understand from that? When he says, "I haven't been learning for long," what do you understand?
ما قعدتش فترة طويلة نتعلم فيه يعني.
مش ما قعدش. بزاف في معنى تاني أدق شوية. مثلا I'll give you another example. Let's say you meet your cousin and she was or he was fat and obese maybe a year ago, and then you see them again and he or she is now fit and looks healthy and not fat anymore, and you'll say, "Wow, you've made such a change." And they will say, "Yes, but I haven't been training for long."
How to say it?
متدربش هلبة.
No,
متدربش ليه هلبة.
like that.
هذه هي أيوه إبراهيم عودها الأخيرة.
متدرب ليه هلبة متدربش.
Yeah.
ليه هلبة هربت.
Okay, what's the difference between these 2 examples? Okay, where is it? I want to show you these 2 examples. Okay, I'd like you to tell me what you think the difference is. Okay, these 3 examples, let's talk a little bit about them. What's the difference?
I haven't been training a lot lately.
A lot lately.
Yeah, okay. I haven't trained for a while. First example and second example, I think they are the same.
First example.
Okay, what do you think, Brian?
I haven't been training a lot lately. يعني حاليا قاعد حاليا ما يتدربش هلبا.
Okay.
مؤخرا.
إيه لا إيه يعني في الوقت الحالي إنه هو قاعد يتدرب ما يعطلش خد I haven't trained for a while means بمعنى إنها لهلبا ما تدربش.
Okay.
And
the last one?
been training for long.
حتى هي لما تمرن منذ زمن أو هيك.
No, it has a
واحد إنها الأولى إنه هو ما زال الفرق بين الأولى والثانية إن الأولى ما زال قاعد يتدرب.
Maybe. Okay.
فهمت أنا.
باي الثالثة هي السر كلها في الثالثة.
Haven't been training for a long. عرفت.
Okay, so the first one, I haven't been training a lot lately. So maybe this person who's speaking has a habit of training a lot. So every 2 days they do, for example, 10 kilometers running and 2 hours weightlifting. This is his regular thing or her regular habit or regime or table workout, whatever, right? But lately there's been a change. Okay, so lately she hasn't or he hasn't been training as he used to. So there's a change in routine, right? So the present simple for this person is usually I train a lot or I train every day. This is his normal. So this is an exception to the normal. There's a change lately. Maybe he's sick or she's sick. Maybe she's busy. We don't know. But lately there's been a change. Okay, and it hasn't been for a long time, but lately, maybe the last week. The last 2 weeks aren't very good. She hasn't trained like she used to. This is number one. I haven't trained for a while. I agree with Ibrahim. I think this means no training for the last week or the last 2 sessions or the last 3 sessions or the last month or the last 2 weeks. The period is not specific, but there's no training at all, 0 training. But number one, there is a bit. Not enough, not like before. There is a little bit. So this one, I agree with what Ibrahim said. Now, the third one is a bit like the opposite. I haven't been training for long. So the present simple or the normal for this person is, I rarely ever train. I don't do any training, right? So I haven't been training for long. This is someone who has just started training. This person who has just started doing exercise. Maybe only a month ago he started or she started. So this action hasn't been going on for a long time. So if someone says, I haven't been training for long, it means the period since he started is short. يعني كأن اللي قالها بكري إبراهيم صح. يعني ما ليش هلبة كيف بادي. Do you get the idea? ليش هلبة كيف بدأت. And usually they say this as a response to very good results. So here the people in number 5, they haven't been playing golf for long. Maybe they're very good. Maybe they're playing very good and it's a bit surprising. So one of their friends can say, but they haven't been playing for long. It means they're this good and they've just started. So imagine after a while or after a long time of training, they'll probably get better. You get the idea? Yeah. So this is the sense here, what they're trying to say in number 5. The rest, your answers were all correct, I think.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does since collocate with long?
Since I don't think so. Usually not.
Okay.
Because with since, usually you always give a period. since and usually it's a specific time. So since July, since last week, since 1999, since so it's usually like this. Since we were younger, since we were kids, since we were students, since we were married, maybe if a husband and a wife met after their divorce, they'll say, wow, we haven't had coffee since we were married. Do you get the idea? So you always have to refer to a time period in the past.
Okay.
All right. So you can see إبراهيم زي ما شفته هنا زي ما قلت لك مبكرينها في الانترميديت بدأ أغلب الجرام اللي يعطوا فيه ما يعطيكش ذاك الشرح، يعطي فيه كأنه المفروض تعرف أنت هذا، عرفت؟ ما يساعدوكش. هذه مشكلة المستويات العالية من الانترميديت وركب. أغلب الجرامر ينعطى زي هيك، المفروض أنت تعرف هيك يعطوا فيه بطريقة. ممكن تلقى السمري في الآخر نوع من الريفيجن يعطيك يذكرك شوية، لكن غير هيك ما يعطوش فيه كنيو ماتيريال، لأن حقيقة أغلب الجرامر خلاص تغطى بين الاليمنتري بي بري انترميديت A و B. غالب الجرامر هذا تغطى. Anyways, let's move on to 3C. Okay, so today we'll talk about something important. We'll talk a little bit about suffixes and prefixes. Do you know what suffixes and prefixes are, Ibrahim? Have you heard of a suffix and a prefix?
No.
Okay. So, for example, what's the opposite of possible? The opposite of possible, what is it?
Impossible.
Correct. The opposite of possible is impossible. What did we add to possible?
I am.
Correct.
I am.
You're right. I am. This I am is called a prefix. So the addition in the beginning of a word that makes a change is called a prefix. All right. The suffix is the opposite, actually. It's usually when we add a part or something to the word at the end. So, for example, if I say the word nation. Do you know the word nation? Like country. Can you change this to an adjective? يعني أنا أعطيتك اللي هي nation بمعنى وطن، نبيك تقولي وطني قولي حاجة وطنية كيف تقولوا؟ مثلا
في الوطنية مرحبيني ما نعرفش.
National.
That's right. National. Correct. Noha, what did you add to nation? شو نزدتي له باش ولت adjective? Exactly. Did you notice this, Ibrahim? يعني غيرتنا الادجكتيف، غيرتنا noun من nation هي كانت noun وطن، خلتها نوها national. So she only added al. These two letters changed the word from a noun, changed it to an adjective. التغيير اللي تجي في الأخير هذه يسموه فيها suffix. زي الليجو. لو الليجو حطيتها في البداية prefix. الكلمة اللي تغير حطيتها في بداية الكلمة نقولوا لها prefix. لو التغيير هذه لعبت بها حطيتها التالي في نهاية تصبح suffix. طبعا هذا يعتبر ضمن الفوكابيلاري، يعتبر ضمن قواعد الفوكابيلاري. في كتاب حتى انا بعته لك بعدين حكيت لك عليه امس اخر مره فاتت، هي فوكابيلاري نيوز.
لا
شبيه باللي عندك هذا اللي تستعمل فيه تاع الجرامر غير للفوكاب، فحتى هو تلقى فيه اللي هم المواضيع هذه you can check it. All right, let's start with the lesson. It's called voluntarism. What does it mean, voluntarism? What do you think it means?
تطوعية.
Okay, but there's a bit
somebody donates his time for to do مش عارف شنو.
Correct. This is when you say when we talk about a volunteer. But the word itself, don't you notice it's a little strange, right?
Yeah, it's a little. I searched about it for it in the dictionary, but I didn't find the same word.
What did you find?
I found voluntary is an adjective.
Right.
Compulsory, opposite.
Correct.
Of it. Volunteer, it's a noun and verb. and there's no word like volunteerism.
You're absolutely right. Imagine if you remove the volun part. Remove it, the VOLUN. Remove it.
Tourism سياحة.
Correct. So what do you think it means when you sort of put them together?
But it's not compound noun because there is no hyphen.
Correct. It's not a compound noun, no. This is called, in English, sometimes they call these things, they call them neologisms. I'll write it. This is probably something called a neologism. So a neologism is making up a completely new word that didn't exist. A neologism. Okay? Of course, the word, this is a Greek word. Neo is new, right?
Yeah.
أي شيء جديد. Neo يغير باليوناني. logos باليوناني logos كلمة اللي جاي منها كلمة logical جاي من كلمة منطق جاي من كلمة logos اليونانية كلمة معناها الكلمة the word logos. Neologism معناها making a new word. You're making a new word. Neologism. So here the idea is in English it's like a fashionable to make up words, right? For example, if you check the word internet is probably a neologism. It didn't exist in the 50s, this word. So it's like internal network, right? Internet. Do you get the idea? It's, you're making a word. And then this word starts to be used and becomes accepted. So this is what they're doing. They're trying to combine the word voluntary or volunteer work, for example, and combining it with tourism. So this is like voluntary tourism. Do you understand? It's a bit of a mix here. But you're right, it's not a real word yet. That's why you will not find it in a dictionary. But if you type this in Google, maybe you will find something related to volunteer work during tourism. You get the idea?
Yeah.
So there's another word, I think I'm trying to think of other neologisms which are common, like
Google itself. Google it.
Google, yeah, Google is a new word. And Google is, but here
number.
The original number is Google, I think, or something. I don't know what it's called, but the original number with a million zeros or something like this. But I think what you're referring to, Noha, is using Google as a verb.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So you're trying to. Okay, that's also true. Anyway, so this means in this lesson you'll see a mix of volunteer work and tourism. So this is what they'll talk a little bit about. Okay, so let's start. And remember, Unit 3, Noha, the theme of Unit 3 is all about travel, right? So that's why it's still about travel. Yeah, tourism and volunteer work. Let's start with the first question. Which holidays can you remember from your childhood? Is there a holiday from your childhood that you can still remember? Ibrahim, for example, do you have a holiday from your childhood that you can still remember?
Yes.
Okay, just a minute. Okay, just give me 1 second, okay? And prepare your ideas to tell me a little bit about your childhood holiday. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your holiday, Brian.
I have been with my family in to Germany. We stayed in their for a week or two, I think.
Anything special about this holiday, or something memorable that made it?
Yeah, we went to a Lego city.
Yeah. Was it fun?
Yeah, it was fun. I still have a brick, Lego brick. My name is written on it.
That's very nice. That's interesting. Okay.
Souvenir.
Souvenirs. I used to love Lego when I was younger. I used to play with it all the time. It's very interesting. Okay, and what about, Brahim, what about the best holiday or the worst holiday? For example, the one that you told us, the Lego holiday. Is it the best, or is it in the middle, or is it the worst, or can you think of another best holiday?
It's the best.
The one you were telling us about, the Lego holiday. Okay. And let's use our imagination a little bit, Brian. So imagine your perfect holiday. So this is imagination. You haven't been there.
Okay.
Where would you go? And what would you do there?
today, this time.
Okay, in this time, yeah.
نمشي نعاود الليجو سيتي مرة ثانية.
Okay, so that's not very imaginative, but I think I understand sometimes. When I like something, I like to repeat it. I do this with movies.
Yeah.
I see movies again and again and again. So I understand liking to do the same thing. I think I get it. All right. And what would you like? Would you like to do anything different this time? In this new visit to Legoland?
Yeah, I want to walk more than before. Yeah, they have the nature in there is better than here.
I see. So you mean this time you'd like to take a longer tour and walk all over the sort of go around the place and discover it better. All right, that's interesting. Yes. That's good. What about you now? What do you think about your most memorable holiday or a holiday from your childhood?
Well, when I was a child, there's nothing special about my holidays because we used to go to the beach. So there's nothing special to say. I can't forget that when. And for my worst was when we have been to Dubai. So my little child Musab was very young. Okay, and Anas, the oldest one, was bigger than Musab. Was 2 years, just 2 years bigger than Musab. So Anas 2 years old and Musab maybe less than 1 year or almost 1 year. So with 2 children, it's really hard to have a holiday in the meaning, in the real meaning of holiday. It was horrible. I used to go with both of them, and I hang Musab in the child bag on my back, in the child backpack.
Yeah, I know them. The ones where you put kids, your child, and you put them on the back.
Anas in the child cart. So I couldn't enjoy anything, shopping, walking around. I couldn't. It was really horrible. So we're supposed to stay for 2 weeks, but I couldn't stay. Just for I stayed for just 5 days. And
after that you got
left Ala there and came back with 2 children here. Yeah,
I've heard stories like this. I never thought they were real. that it can be really hard to have a good holiday with children, but I think you just made a clear point that it's very hard to have a good holiday with young children, with young kids, right?
Yeah.
All right, I think we have a new friend here, a new guest. Hi, Adam, how are you? Are you there? Can you hear us? I think maybe you need to, let's see if he can hear us. Okay, Adam, I think you need to make your, to change your settings. Okay, let's wait for Adam. Okay, you can continue while we wait for Adam. And what about your perfect holiday, Noha? Let's imagine you can be more imaginative than Ibrahim, and you can think of something really imaginative. It doesn't have to be something realistic. You're free to talk about whatever you like. An imaginary, so perfect holiday. And where would you go and what would you do in this?
So you're asking about what I would like to have in my imaginary holiday.
It's not only have all the details, the location, the place, the duration. You can talk about anything related to this holiday, and you're in control of all the details. Do you get the idea?
Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh.
At the first, I would like to visit India.
India?
Yeah.
I see.
Because I'm really interested about the culture there and how the people are like and their culture, and especially for their food.
Okay. You mean the Indian cuisine?
Yeah, Indian cuisine, because they are famous for their spices and their enriched spice cuisine. And about I would like to go around and see the most famous Indian landmarks.
All right.
Taj Mahal.
So this is the first one you'd like to go, the Taj Mahal.
Yeah, because lots of people talking about it. It's amazing. They said that it's an amazing place. And that's all. Yeah.
Okay, so the perfect holiday is in India, and you'd like to visit the landmarks, and you'd like to travel and try the Indian cuisine.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to do in India? Something that you've always dreamed of?
So far, that's it. I don't know what to come up.
All right, okay. All right, that's good. آدم تسمع فينا أو تسمعش فينا؟ I think he's still stuck. He's there, but I don't know if he's hearing us. All right, so let's go to our listening exercise. Let me just very quickly see the messages and see if... But okay, before we listen, I'd like you to read question A. It says, listen to an interview with Alison Armstrong. So Alison, this woman here, is a travel expert, and she's going to tell us about volunteerism. What is it, and why is it becoming so popular, okay? So we're going to do that. That's the first part. But here, I'd like you to also read in part B from number 1 to 5. okay? So I'd like you to read these 5 points because these will be covered in the interview with Alison, okay? So take a look at number 1 to 5 while I check here. Have you read all of them?
Yeah. Oh, something. Number 4. قال pay to go on.
Tourists have to. They have to pay to go on to volunteerism holidays, or they don't have to. They don't have to pay.
Okay.
So you need to say if you think they pay or if they don't have to pay.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready? Let's listen.
Yes.
All right. Let's listen. Track 25. Let's go to track 25.
Track 25. Good afternoon and welcome to Take a Break. Today we're taking a look at the rise in voluntourism around the world with Armstrong from the travel website voluntours.net. Alison, first of all, can you tell all our listeners what voluntourism is?
Well, it's when people go to another part of the world on holiday or on a longer trip and volunteer to work for free in the place they're visiting. And at the moment, it's one of the fastest growing types of tourism in the world.
And what kind of holidays are we talking about?
They can be almost anything, really. Typical examples are helping to build a school in Asia, planting trees in a national park in Australia, or perhaps working on an organic farm in Spain.
And what sort of people go on these holidays?
Oh, all sorts of people. These days, a lot of students take a gap year, that is to say, a year off between school and university, and about 25% of people in the UK take a year off work between the ages of 17 and 25. These young people often want to travel the world and do something useful at the same time.
But it isn't just young people going on these holidays, is it?
Oh no, absolutely not. There's a huge increase in the number of volunteers in their 30s and 40s, and also a lot of retired people too.
And why do you think this type of holiday is becoming so popular?
Well, we get so much information about all the problems in the world these days, and a lot of people want to do something practical to help. It's also a great way to get to know the people and culture of the place you're visiting.
Yes, that's a good point.
And a lot of older people want more from their holiday than just sitting on a beach or going on guided tours. But it can be difficult to meet local people when you stay in tourist hotels and eat in tourist restaurants.
Okay, but do the volunteers really help the countries they visit?
If the holiday's well organised, yes, definitely. Tourists still have to pay to go on these holidays, of course, and some of that money is used to help the local community. The tourists also do useful work while they're there, and local people enjoy sharing their culture with people from different countries.
And what about the tourists? Do they have a good time?
Yes, most of them do. And a lot of people say that it's the best holiday they've ever had. If you read some of the blogs on our website, you'll find that for many people, voluntourism is a life-changing experience.
Well, it seems like everybody wins. Perhaps I should take my family on one of these holidays next year. Alison, thanks very much for coming in today.
Not at all.
All right. Okay, you can see that there's actually a website, right? Volunteers.net. So maybe you can check this after the lesson, and maybe you can do this, Noha, since you like to look up things. So maybe you can tell us a little more about this next lesson, right? So you can take a look and you can see what they're all about. Is it something interesting, or maybe we can learn more about it. Anyways, let's see question A. Let's start with the first question. So it says here, what is volunteerism according to the travel expert, according to Alison? Let's start this question with Ibrahim. From the recording or from this interview with Alison, what do you think volunteerism is now?
Taking a holiday to help other people.
Okay, I think that's right. Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
No, that's it. They can be whatever they want to be, I think.
Okay.
Just like can be a teacher, help build school, just like what she said.
Yeah. So it depends. Whatever you choose, you can do it. No problem, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, why is this kind of tourism becoming so popular? This is the question now. Why do you think it's becoming popular, this type of tourism? According to Alison.
أنا الفويس هرب مني لأن ماش قاعد أسمع فيك. لحقت على 3 or 4 or 5 بس points.
Okay, no, don't worry, because I'm going to repeat this to confirm your answers after we do part B, so don't worry about this, okay? All right, okay, so at least you got the first part correct. Yeah, I think I agree with you. This is what volunteerism is.
Hello.
Okay.
At least?
I was saying, I agree, at least you did the first part correctly, the one about volunteerism. Hello, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. All right, okay, so the first part of your answer is good, it's correct. The one about volunteerism, it's correct. Let's see if the second part, if Noha can do the second part. Why is it becoming popular, according to Alison?
I think she said because of social media, people are becoming know about what how can they help in other countries, or they get know quickly about because of media now.
So you're trying to say that people are becoming more aware of the problems around the world, right?
Yeah.
And they want to.
They found themselves. They need to help.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yes, I think this is this is probably true what you said. Yes. Okay, let's see if we can do the part B questions, and let's see if we can get the right answers, and then we can confirm them. Okay, of course. So here it says 17 or 25% of people in the UK take a year off.
25% of people in UK, yeah. 100%.
Is it 25, you think?
Yeah.
Okay. And take a year off before they are 17 or before they are 25?
Between 17 and 25.
But I think we have to choose only one answer here.
No, before they are 17 to 25.
Okay, but here, because it's in italic, I think we need to choose one of them.
She said 17 first and then to 25. So maybe it's 17.
Okay.
Because a year off usually after the high school.
Yeah, the gap year. School. You mean the gap year?
Yeah.
Okay. What about number 2? It says volunteerism holidays are only for young people or for people of all ages?
For people of all ages.
Okay, let's write your answer.
Yeah.
Why do you think this is the right answer? What did you?
Because she talked about people in 40s and 50s and also retiring people.
Mm-hmm. I see. Okay. And number 3, did you hear number 3, Ibrahim, in the recording?
Ibrahim, yes.
Yeah, did you hear it?
Yes.
What do you think is the right answer? So Alison thinks it's easy or it's hard.
Local people hard.
Why?
Yeah,
Why? Why is it hard, Ibrahim? Why do you think it's hard? Okay, give it a guess. In your opinion, why do you think it's hard?
No.
So if you go to Legoland in Germany,
مش يعني مش هتلقاهم مكان سياحي بمعنى.
In English,
you can't find them in.
You can't find them
in a tourist place.
That makes sense, actually. That this is logical, right? Because if you're going on a tour and you're staying in a hotel and then you eat in a tourist restaurant and you take a cruise, right?
Yeah.
Where are you going to meet the locals? Of course, it will be hard. So you're right. And what you said is also correct. All right. Can you do number 4 as well, Ibrahim? Tourists have to pay or they don't have to pay to go on?
Have to pay.
Do they have to pay?
Yeah, because they use the money for people who needs it.
Okay,
also goes to the
all right. I'm going to choose your answer, have to, and then we can check it in the listening again. And the last one, okay, Noha, can you do number 5? The presenter thinks or doesn't think these holidays are a good.
Thanks, yeah.
Okay.
Thinks these holidays are a good idea.
All right. Why does he think they're a good idea? What did he say that makes you believe he thinks it's a good idea?
Because it's a great way to help others and all the tourist profits go to help local people and improve their improve the local service and maybe education and such stuff.
You mean their quality of life?
Yeah, their quality of life. Yeah, that's it, exactly.
Okay. Let's confirm your answers and let's see how many of these are correct. Let's see.
Track 25. Good afternoon and welcome to Take a Break. Today we're taking a look at the rise in voluntourism around the world. I'm here with Alison Armstrong from the travel website voluntours.net. Alison, first of all, can you tell all our listeners what voluntourism is?
Well, it's when people go to another part of the world on holiday or on a longer trip and volunteer to work for free in the place they're visiting. And at the moment, it's one of the fastest growing types of tourism in the world.
And what kind of holidays are we talking about?
They can be almost anything, really. Typical examples are helping to build a school in Asia, planting trees in a national park in Australia, or perhaps working on an organic farm in Spain.
And what sort of people go on these holidays?
Oh, all sorts of people. These days, a lot of students take a gap year, that is to say, a year off between school and university, and about 25% of people in the UK take a year off work between the ages of 17 and 25. These young people often want to travel.
Okay, so it's like you said, Noha, between the ages of 17 and 25. So does this mean before 17 or before 25?
Before 25, I guess.
All right, so now we need to correct this. But at least your point was right when you said between 25 and 17. So you were right about that. Okay.
The world and do something useful at the same time.
But it isn't just young people going on these holidays, is it?
Oh no, absolutely not. There's a huge increase in the number of volunteers in their 30s and 40s, and also a lot of retired people too.
And why do you think this type of holiday is becoming so popular?
Well, we get so much information about all the problems in the world these days, and a lot of people want to do something practical to help. It's also a great way to get to know the people and culture of the place you're visiting.
Yes, that's a good point.
And a lot of older people want more from their holiday than just sitting on a beach or going on guided tours. But it can be difficult to meet local people when you stay in tourist hotels and eat in tourist restaurants.
Okay, but do the volunteers really help the countries they visit?
If the holiday's well organised, yes, definitely. Tourists still have to pay to go on these holidays, of course, and some of that money is used to help the local community. The tourists also do useful work while they're there, and local people enjoy sharing their culture with people from different countries.
And what about the tourists? Do they have a good time?
Yes, most of them do. And a lot of people say that it's the best holiday they've ever had. If you read some of the blogs on our website, you'll find that for many people, voluntourism is a life-changing experience.
Well, it seems like everybody wins. Perhaps I should take my family on one of these holidays next year. Alison, thanks very much for coming in today.
Not at all.
Okay. So this means all of the answers are correct, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why the presenter thinks it's a good idea, or voluntourism is a good thing, because he said maybe I should take my family next time, right? So he likes the idea. He wants to try it. So this is how we know he thinks it's a good idea. All right, very nice. So all of your answers are correct. That's great. We can move on. So here we have some linking. I think we can skip this because I think I've talked about I don't know if it's an intermediate or pre-intermediate, but I think you know about this, Noha and Ibrahim. The idea is that when we have a word that ends with a consonant, if you use a vowel after, if you use a word that starts with a vowel after it, there's usually some kind of link. There's a link in sound. So here, of course, we don't say good afternoon, good afternoon. So it's like saying afternoon, right? You get the idea? So the D sound is linked to the A. So it's good afternoon. It's not good afternoon. There's no separation. You say it like it's one word. Good afternoon. Take a break. Take a. We don't say take a break. We say take a break. You get the idea?
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing here. Taking a look at. Taking a look at. Taking a look at. Taking a look at. So here it's just a matter of linking. They just want to tell you that this is something that happens in English. Of course, this happens even more in France.
But
so,
it seems they are also don't pronounce the letter G. Taken. We're taking a look. Taking a look. You can't hear the sound of G here.
Yeah, the N is stronger, I think. Taking a look. Taking a look. Taking a. I think maybe it is. You can hear it a bit. I'm not sure. Taking a look. Taking a look. Taking a look. Taking a look. Today you're taking a look. You're probably right. The N is a little stronger than the G.
Yeah.
Especially because it's not stressed, I think, in this sentence. We're taking a look. Maybe you're right. This is, of course, like I said, this is a very important part of, I remember when I once took a French course, and I remember this is one of the things that our teacher emphasized a lot in French pronunciation. So there's always linking, pour homme. So you can find this on fragrances, on perfumes. If you buy a man's perfume, you'll always see pour homme, it's for men. And the R is always linked, because the H is silent, it's always linked to the next word. So the French do this consonant vowel linking a lot, pour homme, pour homme. Anyways, so we can skip this. We don't need to repeat the track again. I think it's unnecessary. We can just do this.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Does the word presenter synonym to interviewer?
In this exercise, yes. In this exercise, yes. Yes. But generally speaking, not always, because usually a presenter is a better synonym for host. You can say a program host or a show host. Like Oprah Winfrey. She's a presenter, but she's also the host of the show. It's her show. Right? Okay. But interviewer is usually a little more professional. If you're having a job, maybe if a problem with the police, maybe they interview you. So there's an interviewer, someone who takes. Do you get the idea? It's examination, maybe for exams or job interviews. But they're very in this exercise context. Yes, it's this. Okay. All right, so let's check the reading questions first, and then after that we can read the blog. So 2 tourists have written blogs on the volunteers website. Do you know what a blog is? I think you know what a blog is.
Yeah, مدونة.
Correct. Brian, you know what a blog is, right? Yeah. All right. So here we have 2 blogs, I think, in this page and the next one. Yeah, so we have 2 blogs, good. All right, so it says here, these 2 blogs are written on the volunteers website. Okay, so one of you will read Shelley's blog, and the other one will read William's blog, okay? So maybe I will leave Shelley's blog for Ibrahim, and maybe Noha, from your book, you can read William's blog. What do you think?
Okay. Okay.
All right, but let me just show you the questions first, so at least it will help you when you answer. So where is he? Where is she? Where is? All right. So this means each one has to answer all of these questions, right? Because when it's Shelley's turn, Ibrahim, you're going to answer about Shelley, and then Noha will answer about William, and so on. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So here you are. I'm going to zoom a little bit so you can see this, Ibrahim. Okay. So when you finish it, just let me know, and we can go to the questions. Okay. Same thing for you, Noha.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
كمل.
Okay, that's good. Noha, are you done?
Not yet.
Okay.
Can you go up so I can read the questions?
Yes, of course. Let me zoom out so you can see the question and the text. Maybe it's easier. All right, so this way you have the questions and you have the text.
The answers. Yeah.
All right, so let's start with Ibrahim's blog, and then we can go to Noha's blog. All right? Okay, so Ibrahim, where is she on holiday? Where is she staying?
Nepal.
Okay, Nepal, okay. And how long has she been there, Shelly? How long?
2 weeks.
Okay, are you sure? Just 2 weeks? Okay. Okay, and what
on school.
But maybe 2 weeks is how long she's been working on the project, not how long she's been in Nepal. Or is it the same?
She worked 6 hours a day for 2 weeks.
All right. Okay, let's say 2 weeks, yes, because I'm checking here, I can't see anything else. All right, so 2 weeks. And where is she staying?
She's staying with a Nepalese family in the village.
And what sort of work does she do there?
She mainly helps the teachers in the classroom organizing games for the younger kids, and also teaches English.
Okay. And what does she do on her days off? When she's not working, what does she do there?
Go to the mountains, see the nature.
All right, yeah. Let's see if there's anything else. I'm just checking. Yeah, that's right. That's what she says, yes. And she enjoys the scenery.
Yeah.
Correct. And the next question, it says, what's the best thing about her holiday?
Helping people.
Where does she say helping people? Where does she say?
Nowhere.
You can't answer. with the reading questions, it has to be from the text. Unfortunately, you have to answer from the words.
She's getting fit. Usually excited. Loves being surrounded by nature.
This is one thing. She talked about a few things. She talked about being surrounded by nature, which she likes, and being fit. But there's another thing. If you go to the middle of the paragraph, after she talked about learning English, she said something. What did she say?
Talked about what?
After she talked about teaching English in school, there was something she talked about. It's one of the things she likes.
She's amazed at the kindness and patience of the local staff.
I think that's one of the other things she loves about her trip, right? The kindness and patience of the people, of the local staff in school, right?
Yeah.
All right. And the last thing is what? Sorry, we didn't talk about the most difficult thing. What's the most difficult thing about her holiday? It's in the end of the paragraph.
Yeah, but it can be a bit dangerous, so we always. شوية بس شوشة. Can be a bit dangerous, so we always take a guide with us. The most difficult thing about the holiday is being away from her family.
Right, good. And what does she? Sorry, would she recommend the holiday? Would she recommend this kind of holiday?
علي أنا ولا عليها هي?
No, for her, not you.
Yeah, yes, she would recommend, and she's glad this type of holidays is becoming more popular with younger people.
Mm-hmm.
And
correct.
She would recommend this experience to anybody.
That's right. Okay. What about, let's see about, what's his name? William. Can you tell us about William? Where is he now? No, where's William?
Okay. He has been staying on Grenada, an island in Caribbean.
Okay. You're following here. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, okay. So this means maybe Noha, you should read the questions too. Okay, so from your book. So.
Okay. Where is he on holiday? He has been staying on Grenada, an island in the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
And for the second question, he has been staying for 3 weeks.
Okay, so the question is, how long has he been staying, right?
Yeah. Where is he staying? They are staying at, or he's staying at campsite by the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And he shares a tent with 2 other volunteers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of work does he do? Sort of work. Okay. Is voluntary work. Sort of his work, because he said that he protects protect the turtles from other animals and people who want to steal their eggs.
Right.
And they also check each turtle's health and measure how big they are. What does he do on his days off? He spent his day off diving around the coral reefs near here.
Okay. Do you know what coral reefs are?
Yeah, coral reef في الشعاب المرجانية.
Right. That's right. Coral reefs.
Coral reefs, yeah. Days off. What's the best thing about the holiday? The best thing about the holiday, he mentioned something amazing. Let's see, where is it? He said that it's incredible to watch a turtle walk out of the sea and lay her eggs on the beach.
That's true.
Yeah. What's the most difficult thing? The most difficult things is getting to sleep, and he missed the comfort of his own bed.
Correct.
Would he recommend the holiday? Yes, of course, because he said that he's not surprised volunteerism is increasing in popularity, and he would definitely recommend coming to Grenada.
All right, so you can see two sort of different blogs, right? But both of them are about volunteer tours. They're about volunteering in a tour. So what about part D here? Would you like to go on one of these holidays? Noha, for you, would you like to try a holiday like this where you have to work?
Yeah, why not? I think it will be interesting.
Yeah.
Experience.
And which one do you think is closer to your taste? Maybe the tour that Shelley had in Nepal, or the holiday that William had in Grenada?
I would rather prefer Shelley's experiment.
Why? Why do you think it's? Why do you prefer it?
Because the sort of things that William do, I don't like it so much. So I'm not keen on dealing with animals. Okay?
I see.
So
You're more interested in social things, maybe.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. And generally speaking, do you think this kind of tourism, do you think it would work well in Libya? What do you think, Brahim? This kind of these kind of holidays, like Shelley's holiday or William's holiday, the volunteerism.
I think about Williams, about Williams, how he's helping the sea turtles. I think, yeah, for Libya, it's a good spot. But
for
about
Libyans.
Shelley's, I don't know. لأن احنا الله يبارك.
Yeah, we're not even good at helping each other. So why should we help children from Nepal or children from Ghana? We need help.
Yeah.
I think I can agree with you, maybe. But imagine you can choose one of these holidays, Brian. You can choose maybe something similar to Shelley's holiday where you can help poor people.
لا أنا
William's holiday.
عكس عكس بلا نهار.
So you think it's better? Maybe you would prefer to have.
Yeah, I prefer to go. Yeah, I like scuba diving, so.
Yeah, because he does lots of scuba diving, lots of diving. He said. Yeah. All right, that's interesting. I think that's nice. Okay, let's see if we have something else we can cover before the end of the lesson. So let's see the next question. All right, so we have some good vocab questions. Okay, so now we're going to talk about this part, which I discussed in the beginning of the lesson, the one about suffixes. All right, so the idea it says here, we sometimes make adjectives from nouns and nouns from adjectives by adding a suffix. Okay, so sometimes you add the suffix ness or the suffix us, and you change the word from a noun to an adjective. For example, if you say serious, so serious, because it has us, O-U-S in the end, it's an adjective, serious. But if you say seriousness, yeah, seriousness is the adjective, is the noun of serious. So we put N-E-S-S, and we have a noun. Okay, just a second. Excuse me, I have a call I need to take. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's do this exercise. All right, so the idea here, we want to look at the blue and the pink words in the blog. Okay, so which ones are adjectives and which ones are nouns? Let's look at the second blog here. So we have the William blog. So we have kind. What do you think, Brian? Is it a noun or is it an adjective?
Adjective.
Okay. Difficulty, what do you think, Brian?
Adjective.
Are you sure?
Yeah. You get.
When you say I had a lot of difficulty.
Noun.
All right. How do you know it's a noun?
من السنتنس كيف جاي.
Okay. How?
مثلا for example it sleeping is difficult. Difficult هنا adjective.
Correct. Yes.
But now.
Right. Okay. What about comfort?
I'm comfort for my own bed. Now.
All right. So what does this mean? Which color is for nouns and which one is for adjectives?
Pink adjective, blue noun.
Okay. So if we have to choose a suffix, what's the suffix here in, for example, kind? Does it have a suffix that we can put or remove? No. Okay. What about difficulty?
Suffix, yeah, has suffix.
What's the suffix? What's the thing we added?
Yeah, difficult.
Okay. So what's the suffix?
Y.
Correct. Right? The Y is the extra part, so this is the suffix. Good. What about comfort? Is there a suffix? What other words are related to comfort?
قاعد نفكر فيها.
كيف تقول حاجة مريحة؟
إيه. Comforting.
Comforting واحدة منهم، صح؟
إيه. لما عندناش فيها suffix ولا prefix.
لكن في واحدة تانية كلمة تانية ديما نستعمل فيها حاجة مريحة لما تقول this is a مريح chair. How do you say it?
Comfort. مش عارف.
How do we say it, Naha?
Comfortable.
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 Yeah. So this means you will add able because comfortable when you read it in letters, comfortable, right? So this means we add able to comfort ويصبح عندنا comfortable, right? Okay. Natural, Ibrahim. Did we add anything to make this into an adjective? What's the noun? كيف تقول الطبيعة؟
Nature.
Correct. So this means natural. What does it mean? Natural has al.
The suffix.
بالضبط معناها al. This is your suffix.
Yeah.
So the addition is your suffix, right? So al, this means you have a suffix. Al is the suffix, right? Very good. Okay. What about health?
لا suffix لا prefix.
Good. Danger?
حتى نفس الشيء.
Patient?
Noun هذه.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's a noun?
Patient. هذه adjective.
Okay, correct. It's an adjective.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about popularity?
Noun.
Correct. And what's the adjective of popularity?
Popular.
Good. So which suffix?
Suffix. Yeah.
What's the suffix here?
Arity.
So the ity, right?
Yeah.
So the ity, this is your noun suffix. This makes the word a noun. But if you remove ity and you just leave popular, then you have an adjective, right? Okay, so if we want to write some of these words let's write a few of them before we finish. Okay, so let's write the list of nouns and adjectives here in the box. Okay, so I'd like you to give me a noun, or so here we have the nouns which end with CE. Of course.
CE.
Yeah. هنا ما عندكش معناها في النص الثاني بيكونوا.
إيه.
Let's write the ones we have here. اللي عندنا هنا اكتبهم. Let's use them. The ones you have.
Nouns.
Yeah, nouns and adjectives, both. So here, let's check. It says, write the words in the correct places, okay? So kind, kindness. What about difficulty?
Difficult.
Okay, difficult, difficulty. Where do we put it? وين نحطها؟
Noun, difficulty.
Correct. So we should say, difficult is here. And this means difficulty is here. right?
Yes.
You get the idea? Okay. What about the ITY? جتنا حتى واحدة فيها ITY. Do you remember? Popularity.
Yeah.
So this means.
آخر واحدة, yes.
Yeah. So this means the adjective. What's the adjective of popularity?
Popular.
Right. And the noun of popular is?
Popular.
What's the noun of popularity?
Popularity.
قصدي كنت بنقول popular. Popularity. Do you get the idea of this exercise?
Yeah.
All right, of course.
يعني كان شنو اسمه adjective يولي noun.
This is the idea. يعني أنت اللي عليك في الإكسرسايز هذا أنت لازم تضبط شنو هو السفكس اللي يغير لك من الناون للادجكتيف أو من الادجكتيف للناون. This is the idea. All right?
Yeah.
So I'd like you to, because unfortunately we're done today, but I'd like you to do this as homework. That would be good if you could do this.
Okay.
So the idea is, of course, you have to do it from both blogs. مش من blog واحد.
Okay.
And you need to finish all of them. All right? So this means for every adjective you find, write it. Every noun you find, write it. If you have one of them, of course, you have to write the second. لكن أنا أعتقد أن الزوز موجودات. Because do you see here, هنا عندك kindness, هنا عندك kind. صح ولا؟ هنا عندك اللي هو في Shelley, you have comfortable. Do you see it? Comfortable, Shelley. لكن تحت عندك comfort. فهمت كيف؟ فالصيغتين موجودات غير مش في نفس المكان. Do you get the idea? So this is your job. You just need to finish it, and you need to pay attention. What is the suffix used? Okay. Okay. I think this is not hard for you now. You can do it too. It's easy. All right.
Yeah.
So just fill in this table, and if you could do the workbook, that would be really good. Which is Unit 3C, because this is the last exercise in the workbook. We also have another one. This is adjective, noun. You need to decide. So this is also not too difficult. All right. Adam, كيف الحال تسمع فينا? Adam signed in again before we left.
آدم في كانك على التليفون من اليسار لقطة تلقى.
لا هو توا شكله هو توا دارها. تسمع فينا آدم؟ نحن ميوت. Can you hear us?
إيه نحن.
آدم. كملت الحصة يا آدم. Okay, I'll just tell him. يا آدم شوف البريد، ارجع لبريد الصفحة نعطيك اللينك. خش حصة التجريبية اللي بعدها اللي هي البري انترميديت. اوكي؟ لأن هذه كملت. تسمع فيها؟ اوكي فهذه كملت. تمام فاحنا كملنا نعتبر الحصة هذه يا آدم. شوف البري انترميديت ونبعتك رابط الحصة الجاية حتبدأ توا. Okay, Ibrahim and Noah, thank you for your time. And بالنسبة للرابط يا إبراهيم مازال في الرابط نفسه عندك الحصة الجاية. حتى هو ضمن نفس الرابط عرفت. لكن بعدها يبدأ الرابط بتاع الأسبوع اللي بعده حنبعته لك.
تمام. واخوي حتى هو نفس الشيء على آخر رابط.
نفس الشيء على آخر رابط. أنت ديما لو حتى تشوف الرابط حتلقى فيه مكتوب التواريخ. عرفت؟
نشوفها.
حتلقى. فحتى هو اللي بعته لنا يمشي أسبوع كامل. وبعدها لما يصل لما ما عادش يطلع لي في السكيدجول معناها نعرف إنه لازم نبعت واحد جديد. So this is how it works.
تمام.
All right then. Okay. See you next time. Bye bye, Naha, and we'll meet in our next lesson. Okay?
إن شاء الله.
Thank you too.
You're welcome. Okay. Bye bye. Salam.
Bye.